Hello and welcome, I'm Lisa Davies. So I'm going to give you another example of how you can use law of attraction. So the example that I'm going to give here is around receiving a babysitter, so being able to have someone babysit for your children. So you may be in a situation where you've had a babysitter and they're no longer available anymore, which is the situation that we were in. Their circumstances had changed, you really liked them, and you were looking for a new babysitter, but there didn't seem to be any around that you feel that you could trust, that you thought would get on with your children, but you also didn't know how to access those people as well. So whilst there's lots of different registers, it felt like a needle in a haystack, the people that were right for your children. So I can very much access where I was with this, because it was a frustration of mine. It stops me and my husband going out. So the way that you look at this is you look at what's going on in a negative sense. So I can't find a babysitter, that stops me going out, me enjoying the life that I want to enjoy. I feel controlled, I feel powerless. I want to find someone that will care for our children properly and will have the skills to be able to do that, and so there's fear around not having someone that's good enough to be able to do that. And where will you find them? Anyone that's that skilled will be happily earning a reasonable income. They won't want the inconvenience of doing babysitting. So as you can see, there's lots of negative things there as to why you can't find a babysitter. So firstly, the way I took it was to appreciate why our circumstances had changed. So I was looking at our babysitter is no longer available for us because she's really enjoying her life. She's in a better financial situation, that's really great for her. The fact that she's getting married and she's into a new period of her life, that's really good as well. So really appreciating those things can be really helpful. Just sending out good feelings in order to feel what it's like for somebody else to be in abundance, in a state of love, to be enjoying adventure, can reignite the feelings inside of you. So that already starts to neutralise your negative feeling. And then you can also look at what's good about not having a babysitter. So I guess we're saving money on the fact that we're not paying someone every week to look after our children. It's meant we've had to get more inventive around how me and my husband spend time together. I've become more resourceful as to how I can use my business, or how I can use my time to exercise, making that more of a priority and pushing out into other times of the day, and stopping the faff rather than necessarily doing it of an evening, and meaning that me and my husband have to coordinate a bit more around our working lives, so that either one of us are here for our children. Our children are getting the benefit of us, so they're seeing a lot of us more by doing this as well. So that's all getting to a really neutral and slightly positive feeling there. And then you're going to be looking at how do you attract what you want. So you've moved out of negative and you want to go into attraction mode once you're in neutral. So it's like driving a car, okay? So you're not going to go from first into reverse or even fifth gear. In fact, into reverse, you're going to want to go down through the gears and then you go back into reverse, or if you're in reverse again, you're going to go into neutral before you start gearing up into the acceleration and the higher power gears. So that's what you're going to do. So having got neutral, we can look at, I wonder how I can find a really good babysitter. Perhaps we don't need someone that's related to the nursery, they'll be independent of that. it would be really great to be able to find somebody that was deserving of the money, the extra money, and was incentivized to be able to have regular babysitting slots. I wonder whether we could find someone who's suitably qualified, and what sort of qualifications might they already have, such as are their CRB checked. So then you're starting to get specific with the universe. I'm looking for someone that's going to be able to look after 4 children and feel confident in being able to do that. So then you start coming up with ideas as to where you can source your babysitter from, and then you're putting enough information, and then you've got to think about, okay, once we have a babysitter, knowing now in a more positive state that that is possible and that you're going to get what you're given, what is it we'll be able to do with our lives? Perhaps my husband and I would be able to start a new hobby. It would be really good to be able to have discussions that went around the children. It would be really good, and I can't wait for the time that we can have discoveries about ourselves, to be able to enjoy life and enjoy the actual moments, experience life rather than watching it go by. So now I'm in really kind of an excited state around finding a babysitter, and I've got a better idea of where I may be able to source one from. So I hope that has been a good idea as to how you can take little topics that can make a really big difference to your life, actually, something that's repeatedly affecting you, and you can apply the concepts. If you want any assistance with that, then post a video, or on the Facebook Masterclass, if you just fill out in the kind of format that there is, what is your problem, how does it make you feel, and what would you like it to be like, and that would be great. So we'll see you in the Facebook Masterclass.